It is not RacerX Wednesday, although you would think it'd be RacerX Wednesday. So first things first, I just want to make sure that everybody at home can hear me okay. So please let me know really quick if you can hear me. I've already got 45 people on, have a lot to talk to you guys about. So very first thing, really quick. Obviously, tonight I am doing my live on a Tuesday and not a Wednesday. The big reason for that is that we have a big ass hurricane on its way right into Tampa. And so before I even get, okay, sound is fine, good deal, awesome. Thank you guys for tuning into my live tonight. If you're watching this on replay, no big deal that you weren't able to catch it live this evening, but hopefully you enjoyed the replay later. We're gonna stay on for the normal time tonight. Right now, it's kind of clear skies. We'll talk about everything here in just a second. But yeah, it should be an interesting live tonight. And like I said, a little bit uncharacteristic for me to come to you guys on Tuesday, but what do you do? Tomorrow, I may not have power, to be honest with you. So let me see who's in the building, and then I want to talk a little bit about this hurricane, what I'm doing, what to expect. There's a lot of car stuff I want to talk to you guys about tonight as well. I put a lot of content out that I want to get your feedback on. I put a poll out that I want to talk to you about. We have a lot of talking points tonight. So I see that I have some moderators on already. I actually see I have a super chat already as well. And I want to say hi to everybody. Let's see if I can click it. It's not letting me click it. It already came through. So let me bring it up on my screen here. And so, I know it's a little bit dark in here. It is, gosh, guys, it is eerily calm outside tonight. It is really weird how calm it is outside tonight. I've never been through a hurricane. I did go down for Hurricane Harvey that hit Houston and the Gulf Coast, and I got to tell you, when I went down for that, it opened my eyes, and it was scary. I was one of the very first kind of responders down on the South Coast when Hurricane Harvey came and flattened a whole bunch of the Texas coast, like Port Aransas and all that. And I just remember that's something that will always stay with me. And now knowing that there's a big monster coming right towards Tampa, it's been 100 years since Tampa had a major hurricane blow through. I show up for 3 months. Boom, there you go. I can't explain it, guys. So anyway, Gary, thank you for the super chat. Stay safe, X, praying for you. Thank you guys very much. There's my man, Aaron, in here. I'm going to go through and say hi to everybody really quick, and then I want to talk a little bit about this hurricane. I've already got 162 people on, guys. Hit thumbs up as you jump into my live tonight. Have a lot to talk to you guys about tonight. It's still safe weather conditions for me here right now, and so it should be a good, fun live. You know, I expect it to be. Internet is still working for now. I still have power, so it's not even raining outside right now. It's just so weird how calm it is outside right now. But at any rate, let me see who else we've got in the building, guys. But yeah, hit thumbs up. Almost 200 people on. And once again, moderators, I want to give you a quick shout out. You guys know who you are. You're my normal, folks that show up to my, every live and every video. Thank you guys so much for what you do. You guys know how much you're appreciated, and but it never goes unnoticed. So thank you guys for that. So we got John Herman in the house saying what's up. Blue Squire OG saying hey. Let's see. Not you, my man. Not you is in the house. Good to see him in tonight. Hurricane Bull, he says. Let's see here. Who else? We got Jose in the house. Saying hi. Mass millions. Hopefully you and your family are safe, bro. Praying for you, man. Let's see. Wish you were still in Texas. I mean, hey, you got to make a move sometimes, but it is kind of weird how everything is working. To be an honor to meet you. Well, hopefully one day I'll still get a chance to meet you. I'm still planning on going to SEMA, guys. So that will be November 1st and 2nd and 3rd, actually. So I do have a change on that to tell you guys about as well, because I initially told you it was going to be the 1st, which is a Tuesday. I'll actually be doing the autograph session and the signing and all that crap on Thursday, which is a couple days later. And so that will be the 3rd of November. I'll be there. But of course, I'll be at SEMA all 3 days. So you guys can still meet me and hang out with me. So that's just when I'll have the MagnaFlow booth for me, which is one of the biggest booths at the show. So anyway, let me see who else we've got. Almost 100 likes already, guys. We're doing great. Let's see. Timothy Thomas saying, what's up? Ross saying, just north of Tampa. Hope everyone is ready. Yes, you're right there with me. Let's see here. King saying you live in Florida now. Get used to hurricanes. I hope not. I hope it's not a real normal thing here. I mean, I know they do get hit once in a while, but like I said, it's been 100 years since Tampa has had a storm like this. Exactly. 1922. This is not normal, but who knows? Maybe it will be now that I'm here. So, Sovereign Knight, man, mod on the job. J392 saying, what's up, my man? Sovereign Knight. Time to start sharing the live link. Yes, sir. Let's see here. Let's see if we get some new subscribers tonight. Well, yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Thank you to my man Sovereign Knight for all of his help as usual. Orlando saying, let's see, I feel bad for the people in Florida. I truly hope no one gets hurt. I hope so too. But let's see here. But I do own an insurance office. So, well, there you go. So maybe good for you to a degree. Let's see here. Ross saying, where do I live? I live just north of Tampa, Florida, in a town called Wesley Chapel. I'm actually about 25 to 30 minutes northeast of Tampa. So here's the deal, guys. Let me say hi to a few more people, and I want to kind of tell you my thoughts on all this. Let's see here. Ross saying, sweet, hope he gets dumped on, want to see some flash flood action. Well, that wouldn't be good. Let's see here. Summer Night saying, hell no. John saying, originally from Ohio. Yes, I was born in Ohio. A lot of you guys know that have followed my channel for a long time. Buckeye fan here, I admit it. So anyway, my Buckeyes are doing good, still ranked number 3, I believe. Let's see, unless something changed today. We're in Ohio, so now he knows. Let's see, last location was Texas. Yes, I just moved from McKinney, which is just north of Dallas, just a little bit ago. So I would say, what, 3 months ago, guys? So let's see here. Zathoga saying, stay safe. Let's see, who else? Eric is in the house saying, good evening, RacerX. Stay safe down there. I will absolutely do my best, guys. Let's see here. Let me go down. My man Aaron is in the house. Nostalgic One saying, Gary is such a great dude. He absolutely is, 100%. Big supporter of my channel for a long time now, guys. So let's see here. Who else? Roman saying everything will be good. I certainly hope so, Roman. There's my man Roland chiming in. He says, I'm writing out this one in Jacksonville. Well, you should be in a lot better shape over on that side of the state than on where I'm at right now, guys. So anyway, definitely something to be mindful of there, though. Instead, our place Treasure Island, Florida. So, of course, Ian looks like it's going to cross the state and come up the East Coast. It does look a little bit like that. Hopefully, it will have weakened a lot by the time it gets to you. Now, I'll go ahead and talk about this. So, obviously, you know, this may be the last time you guys see me, at least for a little while. I don't know. I feel like there's a pretty good chance I'm going to lose power, guys. Now, I will say this. I am inland. So a lot of you guys, you know, reached out to me on Instagram. I got some phone calls and everybody's really worried about me. And I really do appreciate all of that, guys. And it means a lot. It really does. I am 35 miles inland. So I'm not right on the coast. So that is the good news. So the storm won't be as strong when it reaches me regardless, even if it blows right up through Tampa Bay. But that doesn't mean we won't receive at least 80-mile-an-hour winds here where I am, and that is enough. As many of you guys know, that's still hurricane force winds. Anything over 75 mile an hour is still a hurricane force wind. And if it stays on the same path, because I'm on the north side, typically the winds on the backside tend to be worse, which is kind of weird, right? You wouldn't think so. It's the way that they rotate counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere. There's a bunch of crap. But at any rate, it's very possible I will see 80-mile-an-hour plus winds here at my home. Now, I've taken everything off my back porch. I've got a whole ton of water over here. I've got flashlights, and I've taken really kind of all the precautions that I really can. You know, my dog, as you guys got to see him in a video today. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But he's going to be just fine. He'll be with me, and we got plenty of food, all that kind of stuff. Got a place to go in Orlando if I really need to. So guys, I mean, it should be okay. I really do think it will be. Now, in terms of where exactly it's going to land, that's changed in the last hour, guys. It's like hour by hour they're trying to figure it out, but they've got it narrowed down to basically between just north of Tampa and Sarasota. So there's like maybe a 60-mile stretch right there where they know it's going to come in there somewhere, the eye wall and the strongest winds. They think it's going to make landfall as a high category 3, category 4 storm. This is a major deal, guys. If you've ever seen a hurricane, and like I said, I went down for Hurricane Harvey, and it was really, really bad. It looked like somebody, now I've never seen what it looks like when somebody lights off a nuclear bomb, as you can imagine. That would really be bad. But if I just imagine in my head what that looks like, I saw some things that I will never ever forget when I went down for hurricane relief down there. Plus I went to Houston and saw all the flooding that happened in Houston. It has all the potential to do the same thing here, guys. I really hope it doesn't blow in through Tampa Bay. And let me tell you why. If it does, and they do see like a 10-foot storm surge or more, Tampa's not equipped for that, guys. It's just not. It's going to look like New Orleans did. It's going to flood the entire Tampa area. It's going to be really, really bad. So let's pray that at least it skirts south of Tampa. I mean, it's not good no matter where it goes, but if it goes into Tampa Bay, guys, Tampa is going to get hooped. I'm telling you, it's going to be really, really bad. They've never seen. But by the last time a big hurricane came in like that, Tampa was like a little bitty podunk town. A lot's changed in 100 years. It's just not equipped for that type of storm surge. So anyway, praying for all the folks along the west coast of Florida, because somebody's going to get nailed with a really nasty storm. Like I said, I'm pretty safe up where I am relatively compared to a lot of people. They've evacuated some, I don't know, like 500,000 people already or more. There are 4 million people that live in an evacuation zone, and I am not in an evacuation zone. So that's where we're at with it, guys. I'm going to stay. I'm not leaving as far as I know, unless something weird happens. I'm going to stick it out. Like I said, I'm taking all the precautions that I can. Mustang will be in the garage. Taking a few other precautions, brought some stuff in. And I mean, you can only do so much in a situation like this. We'll just have to wait and see, guys. I've not actually been in a hurricane itself. A lot of you guys that are from Florida or maybe Louisiana or whatever, I know I've got people from all over the place. You guys have been through something like this before, you know what? I really do. I believe it'll be okay where I am. And then, if there's any chance for me to lend a hand around, with some of my neighbors, if anybody's in need, certainly I'd be there to do that as well. But I think, we'll just have to wait and see, guys. But tonight we're live, and you don't have to worry. You may not see a video from me for, 3-4 days after this. We'll see. Now tomorrow, I don't expect it to get bad until later in the day. So I have another video that I want to film, but can I get it out in time for you guys? I just don't know. But anyway, have I boarded up the windows? Let me get back to a couple of your comments, and then I want to get to some of the car stuff tonight, because I have a lot of car stuff I want to talk to you guys about tonight. So I want to kind of get the weather thing out of the way, why we're doing Tuesday instead of Wednesday. By this time tomorrow night, guys, it's going to be really nasty here. And it's going to be, I'm kind of right in the middle of the thick of it, guys. It's just so weird to move, 1,200 miles away and then just get whacked by a hurricane right away. But what can you do, guys? Can't control the weather. So let me jump down a little. I got to jump around just a little bit. So let's see. Mr. C111, he says, hey, RacerX, first of all, be safe during this hurricane. Thank you, guys, very, very much for that. I really do appreciate it. Don't think I've missed any super chats just yet, so we're doing good. Dark Fire King saying hello. Have wings. How's it going? It could be better, obviously, but I am, like I said, I'm not in as bad a shape as a lot of folks, so let's hope for the best. Hurricane Ian says, Sovereign Knight, Roman with 100%. Roland Rush saying, was the sky red? Yes, it absolutely was red tonight. It was weird looking. It was pretty, but it was a little bit ominous. Let's see. Todd Snake, my man, in the house. Boy, I got lots of moderators on. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate it. Let's see here. John saying, hey, X, Boosted 707 is here. Good to see him. We got David Barlow with the peace sign there. Let's see here. Timothy saying hello. Let's jump down to... Oh man, my computer just skipped forward, guys. So let me just kind of see who else I haven't heard from real quick. I'm gonna, guys, I gotta skip around a little bit, and then give me like just a couple of minutes. I'm gonna jump into some of this content. Have a couple important things to tell you about. I want to talk about some of the recent videos that I put out. I put out I feel like what's a lot of good information in the past like 5 days, guys. Stuff on Dodge, and I have another video that I want to get for you guys. I don't want to tell you about it yet, but I'm going to try and use my connections with Dodge to find out some very unique information. So I will talk about that. So give me 1 second here. So who else do we have here? My man Brink of Speed is in the house. Good to see him in tonight. If you've never seen Brink of Speed's channel, he's got a great Corvette channel, so go check him out. He says, hey brother, let's see, keeping you in my prayers. I really appreciate it, buddy. Let's see. I hope a big nothing comes out of this storm for you. I really hope so too, buddy. We're going to know in about a day or so what's really going on. Let's see. Michael saying, let's see, I heard a whole list of stuff you went to get, but I didn't hear a kite in there. I won't be flying a kite in this thing. I don't think that would go too well. Chris saying they're saying 15 to 30 inches of rain in your area. Yes, that is another thing, Chris. Good catch there. In my particular area, just on the most recent forecast, they're saying it's going to be anywhere between like 12 and 20 inches of rain. It's anywhere in that. That's a big span, but regardless, that's a butt ton of rain. So it's going to start here very soon, guys. The bands are going to get to me here any minute. My man James Photo chiming in. Grab that here in one hot second. But the bands are going to start circulating. They're going to be doing all sorts of crazy stuff over the next. Really, it's going to start here any minute, is what I'm told. And then it's not going to stop raining for like the next 4 or 5 days, and it's going to rain hard. Let's see. Can hear you fine. Good deal. I'm glad to hear that. So let me jump down to grab James Photos. I'm so glad he was able to make it. He is from way up in the Northeast. Let's see. Towards your next Hams oil change. Love you. But thank you very much, my friend. I really appreciate the super chat. And yeah, it's good stuff, man. I really do appreciate it. Let me see who else I've got in here. All right, I'm just going to grab a couple other folks, and then I want to jump into my car stuff. I like this one, Nigel's modeling bench. Let's see, I was in Orlando when the hurricane hit in 04. Man, I've never seen anything like it, and from the UK. So, well, certainly we're going to get a lot more wind here during this storm. I will get a lot more wind right here just north of Tampa than Orlando got in the 2004 storm. So, yeah, it's going to be rocking and rolling here very, very soon, guys. So it's we'll see. We'll see. I like that screen name, though. Moon Tuned, I like that one as well. Went through 2 back in 06 on the Florida East Coast. Yes, that's right. Snow Joke, when that eye is on you. I can't imagine. I've not been through it yet. It's going to happen regardless. Let's see. The rest is just rain and windy. The worst part of the hurricane is losing power. And that's where we're at, guys. I fully expect to lose power tomorrow. I think it would be naive of me to believe that I won't. But I've got plenty of supplies here, guys. You know, they say you can fill a bathtub full of water and all that to keep your toilets flushing. And there are certain things that I know to do. And you know, I'll be okay, guys. It should be fine, regardless. Like I said, I'm far enough inland where I'm not super worried about my roof blowing off the house or anything like that. So now that doesn't mean maybe my back door wouldn't break. I've got a huge screen. I'm sliding back door back there. Maybe some shingles or something, but we'll see. Who else did I just see? Hang on one second. Who did we get? My man Aaron jumped in and he says, saw on the news this morning they pulled the final review from SEMA. So, you know what? I just caught wind of this just a little bit ago, just a few minutes before I started this live. So I don't necessarily want to comment on it. I saw another YouTuber put something out on this. I'm going to have to call and confirm for myself tomorrow. I've already got a couple of calls I need to make to Dodge for another video, and I want to see if I can really make sure that that's really what's going on, because MagnaFlow was only supposed to be, or is supposed to be, 2 booths over from Dodge. And I was fully expecting to work with the folks at Dodge when I was at SEMA. I'm a little confused by that. And I don't, like I said, guys, I don't like to spread kind of false things, or I don't like rumors and gossip unless I really know it to be, you know, pretty credible. So I'll have to wait and see. If you saw it on the news, I mean, maybe it is credible. I just have to validate it. So I don't know. Dodge, it would be really weird if they pulled out of SEMA. They've got this final reveal they're supposed to be putting out there. You know, and I mean, I was looking forward to talking with some of the senior leadership while I was out there again, and we had some things to discuss. So we'll just, I got to check on it, guys. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you posted on it. Egyptian Wolf God, I love that screen name. Only been in a hurricane once and it was scary. Yeah, it's going to be rocking and rolling here tomorrow night, guys, at my place. So let's hope. And if you live in a place like Orlando, I mean, Orlando is pretty much in the path no matter what model it is. So Orlando's going to get some of this. But they are pretty far inland, and they probably will see tropical force type winds. They may not necessarily see hurricane force winds like I'm going to see here tomorrow night. Really starting tomorrow afternoon, they're expecting gusts here somewhere in the 60 to 70 range and then climbing from there. So we'll see. You know, I could go outside and film a video, guys, do the old like Jim Cantori from the Weather Channel and go out there and like stand completely sideways like in a Michael Jackson video. And all you guys would hear is just the wind howling around my phone, but probably not going to do that. Leo saying, be safe, my friend. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate the super chat. And let's see who else. Let me grab a couple other ones here. Chuck saying, I will stay in Vermont. He says, no evacuation kit or anxiety meds needed. Yes, understood. Be safe, X, and everyone down there. Yes, I really appreciate that, buddy. Thank you so much. Let me grab a couple more comments and then I want to jump in. We still have 200 folks on the live tonight, guys. Hit thumbs up for me as you jump in. Hopefully we can get maybe 250, 300 likes by the time the live is over tonight. We're only 20 minutes in. And I did intend on spending just this first part of the live tonight talking about just obviously the weather while I'm doing a Tuesday live instead of a Wednesday. But I got a bunch of my moderators on tonight, so I'm so grateful for everybody that was able to join the live tonight. And we got a long way to go on this one. So let's see here. Patrick, let's see, Ciarcia, I think I'm not sure how to pronounce your last name. Stay safe, you and the family. I really appreciate that. Thank you very, very much, and I will do my best. Michael saying, okay, I already got Michael. Okay, here's Peter's. Well, that's the one I wanted to get. 2 choices, run or hide. You're stuck either way. He says, leave, can't get back, stay, and you're on your own. Yeah, and they've come out and said the emergency crews here local to Tampa, they basically said, first of all, they pulled everybody out of like Clearwater because there's a bunch of isolated, island type things. I mean, when you look at Clearwater, St. Pete is super, super exposed right out there between the bay and the ocean. I mean, they've pulled all of those people out. They had to. And even over there near the coast in Pasco County, which is where my house is, the coastal communities have all been evacuated. That's mandatory evacuations. As I mentioned, I am not in a mandatory evacuation zone. I know some of my neighbors did evacuate, but I know a lot are staying as well. I don't expect it to be really evacuation worthy here, but it's not going to be pleasant either. So, let's be clear on that. Just don't know quite how bad it's going to get, but I don't think it's going to be life-threatening or anything, guys. If I did, I would leave. But big nasty storm, you don't want to underestimate it. So there you go. My man Sovereign Knight jumping in. He says 5 for the live. I love it. Thank you, my friend. I really do appreciate it. Of course, all your support. Like, share, and subscribe. Absolutely, guys. Make sure that you do that. And yeah, we're almost at 200 likes already, guys. We're having a good live so far. Let's see. Joe saying, praying for you and the family. Be positive and you'll be okay. Absolutely, Joe. I really appreciate that, buddy. Trucking with Jay, RacerX, do a hurricane party collab. I've heard about people in Orlando throwing like hurricane parties and ordering a bunch of it. You got to be careful with that. I think some people maybe don't take it quite seriously enough. And there's a danger in that. I think you can go crazy either way, but you don't want to be the guy that's out there trying to have a party when you got 2x4s hurling through the air, stabbing people in the chest. So, I think it's just, there has to be a happy medium there somewhere. I will say this, guys. I wasn't going to mention this, but I will. So I almost got... Yesterday, it was kind of an altercation type situation. Any of you guys who know me personally know that I typically don't deal with disrespect terribly well in terms of I don't put up with it. And when you see all these families in need, so when you go to the grocery store and everybody's out of water and everybody's out of this and that and paper towels and things that people literally, they need. And then, you have somebody actually come in and, they bring out something for everybody at the grocery store and they say, listen, everybody can have 1 or 2 and there's enough for everybody to go around and everything's good. And as long as everybody does that, it's fine. But, so I took 1 case of water, put it in my cart and went on with my day. And then I see the next guy come behind me and fill up 4 shopping carts with every single water that they brought out. And a bunch of other people in line didn't get any because he had 4 shopping carts full. I have an issue with that. So, I'm the kind of person that's going to tell, hey, I got an issue with this. You're going to put all that crap back so people can have, 1 or 2 and everybody gets some. And yeah, it turned pretty nasty, guys. It turned nasty, but I'm not going to, I'm the kind of guy who just will not sit and tolerate it. I just won't. So anyway, yeah, it just shows you how greedy and just the people's mindset to me is just baffling sometimes. Just kind of how selfish and greedy people can be, especially in a time of need. I mean, you should be helping each other and being courteous of each other. So anyway, That's a topic for a whole nother video. But at any rate, yeah, I just kind of hope everybody out there is mindful of everybody else. We're all kind of in this together. You got to be mindful of, now for the rest of the country, basically outside of Florida, maybe in, you get into Georgia and some other places on the East Coast where this thing could sweep up. There may be some effects there as well. Not quite what it will be to Florida, but anybody that's ever been through a natural disaster, maybe it's a winter storm if you guys are from New York, or, maybe it's an earthquake in California or wildfire. I mean, we go through all sorts of stuff all the time, and you always have to be mindful of your fellow neighbors and just be compassionate and courteous to everybody, because we're all, kind of in it together. That's the truth of it. So, selfish people, I cannot deal with it. I'm sorry, but that's just me. So anyway, let's see here. Let me see what else we got. We got over 200 thumbs up. We're doing really good. Let's see here. Mike is saying he's in the same boat as me. Let's see here. Emmett, let's see here. There's a lot not leaving. Agreed. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are not leaving. Now, if you're a person that's on the coast and you live in Sarasota, or you live in St. Pete or what, like, that's just not smart. I mean, those people are under mandatory evacuations, and the police have said, look, if you dial 911 during the middle of this storm and you need help and you didn't evacuate, we're not coming in to get you. If it's not safe, we're not coming. So leave. So that's the reality of it, guys. And I'm in a place where that, like I said, not a mandatory evacuation area, so we should be fine. Look at my man Todd Snake jumping in there really quick. Let me get you here real quick. He says, stay safe, my friend. Hope your dog isn't afraid of storms. Actually, he's not afraid of storms. He's quite good with storms. He'll be a good companion for me. We'll just be hanging out, just sort of doing our, the bachelor thing here for a little bit at the house until this thing blows through. And, I don't have any plans on really going anywhere, going out and doing anything crazy at this point. So we'll see how that goes. Really quick, guys, there's a lot. Fall Raven says, get out of there. Let's see here. What else? Will it hit North Carolina? I don't think there's going to be much going on with North Carolina. So you should be okay. Becky saying storm herders are terrible people. Yeah, it's really a bummer to see, Becky. It does really, really suck. Stephanie Woods, my best friend's in Sarasota. That's not a good place to be right now. My grandmother lives in Bradenton right now. There's a very high likelihood that the eye will go right over Bradenton, and her condo is literally right on the water. It faces the Manatee River. I would not be surprised if her windows get blown in or any number of things. Her whole condo is beautiful. It's all glass in the front, and it faces the water. I'm glad she's not going to be there. Let's put it that way, because it's going to be nasty. That marina that's right outside of her place will probably get absolutely trashed. It's going to be bad. So unfortunately, I'm very, very just mindful of those people down there, and it really does suck. So yeah, I'm praying for those folks. My man, look at my man Larry jumping in here. Larry, I didn't know you were on, buddy. Let me see what he says. Always worthwhile content on your channel. Larry, thank you once again, buddy. Longtime supporter of the channel. Larry, Anthony, and of course, thank you once again for that super chat and all the support. I really do appreciate it, buddy. So good stuff there. So real quick, I want to jump into some car stuff now, guys. I'm so sorry. I see my man Dragman's in the house, Wes D. Your dog was the star of the show in today's video. If you've not seen today's video, guys, I'm getting ready to jump into some of my more recent content here in just a second, but go check it out. In the very beginning of it, my dog, I'm out there. A lot of the videos I film, I just go to the park with my dog, and we just hang out, and I just kind of talk about. Now, I always do a lot of my research up front, guys. I always do it up front, so that way I can talk to you guys in a educated manner and kind of tell you guys what I've learned and some of the intros and stuff. And sometimes I'll film the whole thing down there, but we'll go down to the dog park, which is right down the street from me, and he can run around and do his thing. And today he decided that he wanted to take a massive dump right behind me as I was filming, and I just left it in there. I didn't do a cut or anything, and I just thought, you know what, like, that's life. It is what it is. And he's constantly photo or video bombing me, so I figured, you know what, we're just gonna ride with it. So go check out today's video. It was pretty funny. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. So let's see, Disabled Sean, think of y'all from Canada. So we got a few Canadian folks on tonight. I've seen that. Look at my man. Who else did I see? Boy, I've got a bunch of folks, guys. I'm so sorry as I'm trying to get as many comments as I can. I do want to go ahead and jump into some car content now, though. So we're about almost 30 minutes in. So thank you guys for all of the well wishes with this storm, guys. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be dicey over the next day or two. a lot of wind, a lot of water. It's going to be, it's going to be interesting. So, we'll see what happens. Yes, I'm riding out the storm here in Wesley Chapel. So I see a lot of people asking about that. So really quick, guys, let's see here. One other reminder, bots, guys. If you're seeing a comment from me, I did get an email today. Somebody was trying to get into my Instagram. I don't know what's going on right now. Somebody was trying to hack my Instagram. They were not successful as far as I know, but I did get an email stating somebody was trying to change my password. So there's that happening. And on my videos, a lot of times you'll see something that looks like it was from me, and it says, "Oh, go hit me up on Telegram," or "Go to some third-party site," or whatever. These bots are relentless, guys. So if you get something from me, now if you're asking me, hey, how do I go sign the petition on change.org for the dealer markup thing? Obviously that's me. Typically you can tell it's me, but if it says hit me up on Telegram or something, I don't even know what Telegram is, guys. But these bots are trying to prey on a lot of my people that leave comments on my videos. So just be mindful of the fact I'm looking for it. YouTube is looking for it. They keep creating a different account every single video because I ban them from the channel, and then they just go through and they take a snapshot of my logo or whatever, and then they put a thing on there that says RacerX official Telegram or something, whatever it is, and then they will send it. They'll get on there and they'll act like they're replying as me. But I'm literally not going to tell you guys to go to Telegram. I don't have a Telegram, anything like that. So just kind of ignore it. I'm still working with you. It's not just happening to me. A lot of other YouTubers out there are having the same issue, especially like the bigger YouTubers. I'm not saying I'm huge or anything, but I mean, certainly like guys, I know Street Speed, Amelia, there's a bunch of other ones that are still having the same issue. So yeah, I would say, just ignore it. I will get to it and I will delete it. But just if you get something within the first like 4 or 5 hours, typically, that's telling you to go to a third-party site, just don't worry about it. I'll get it cleaned up. And YouTube, of course, is helping. And my moderators, Sovereign Knight hits me up all the time, and several of my moderators, they do have the ability to go in and delete stuff like that as well. So I'm super grateful for you guys because you guys catch a lot of that stuff and send it to my spam, which I can then go through and look at and delete those people from the channel as well. So anyway, that's just something I wanted to mention before we got too far into tonight's live. And so let's talk a little bit about some of the content I put out most recently. We're going to start with some of the older stuff. So I put out a video about the Mach 1 manual Mustang with the handling package. That car is really good, guys. I really like that car. Now the dealerships, good luck finding one that's not going to gouge you on one because it's a pretty hard package to find. But it's a cool car to drive. The Tremec transmission in the Mustang is great. The regular transmission on the Mustang GT is not good at all. It's terrible. So the Tremec is the one you want, and coupled with the handling package, which you get a lot for your money with the handling package on the Mach 1. It's almost like, why would you not? You get bigger, wider wheels. The tires are more aggressive. The aero's more aggressive. The wing looks great. Just everything about the handling package. It's not even that much money for one of those. So the Mach 1 manual with the handling package, that is the one you want. If you're truly a driver, he says turd, guys talking cars. Maybe you're not a Mustang fan, but I like that car. It was a lot of fun to drive. And then, oh man, I tell you what, they borrowed like the tips off the GT500. That car has all sorts of borrowed parts off the GT350 and GT500. I talked about it in the video, so that's one. Oh yes, Sovereign Knight, thank you for the link in the chat there. So the next one I want to talk about, Dodge owners. This is a big one. Dodge owners forced to go with Ford. This got a lot of comments, guys, for this very reason. Dodge has stated that, look, we're not going to make Hemis past 2023. So if you want one, you got to get it in 2023, which actually bleeds into the video I put out today, but we'll talk about that. But at any rate, so after 2023, so in 2024 and on, what are our options when we go to actually buy an American V8? Well, let's think about it. So you have the C8 Corvette, which dealerships are killing people on right now. So you're going to spend basically 6 figures on a C8. Now, we're not even talking about the Z06. That's a whole nother territory, as you guys know. But even the C8s, you're 6 figures. So you have that one out there. And then, of course, if you don't have the Camaro anymore, the Camaro's dead. It's going away. And then you don't have anything from Dodge being made in a V8. So you basically have no Dodge and no Chevy option. And then you have Ford. And then Ford is going to continue to make their V8 in their brand new Mustang GT and in their new Dark Horse offering, which has twin intakes. They've got a bunch of stuff going for it. I guarantee you can mod the living garbage out of that Coyote. It's the 4th gen Coyote. What other options are there for American V8s that are even remotely affordable? I say remotely affordable as in, like, I don't know how much the Mustang GT will cost. I'm guessing it's probably going to start somewhere around in the probably high 40s. That'd be my best guess. And then, of course, the Dark Horse. I think the Dark Horse is actually going to sticker in the high 60s, maybe almost 70 grand. So, you know, you've got those two things going. And I just don't know, you know, who knows? The Mustang GT, you probably won't even be able to get one for under 50 grand, but it's still the most affordable brand new American V8 offering, as far as I know. And you guys know something other than I don't. So if you're a V8 enthusiast, Dodge isn't making V8s anymore. What can you do? Which kind of led me to the next thing, right? So I put out a poll on my channel and I said, what video would you guys, I'm sorry, not video, what car would you like to see me get for the channel? And, you know, I've been thinking about this for a while. As many of you guys know, my man 3B Project jumping in, GT 500 with a 7.3 Godzilla would be sick. Yes, that's a whole other topic, guys. I got to put a video out about that. A lot of people are releasing videos about that. The 7.3 Godzilla going into Mustang. We'll talk about that later, but I won't go into it too much. But thank you for the super chat. You're right, it would be. And we'll wait and see. So anyway, but I did put a poll out and I asked you guys, and 15,000 people voted in like 3 days. I couldn't believe how much traction that poll got. But basically, it was like, look, would you rather see me get an RT Challenger and do some mods for it, which you guys have expressed a lot of interest in that before? Would you rather see me get the new 300C? My man, not you, he's on tonight. I know he's got a beat on a couple of those. Very cool car, but that's the Chrysler. Would you rather see me get the Dark Horse Mustang that was just announced, or a C8 Corvette? We all know the Z06, I can't afford it. The dealerships are killing people on it. So at any rate, those 4 options, right? RT, Chrysler 300C, Dark Horse Mustang, and the C8 Corvette. And the overwhelming winner, which really surprised me, was the Dark Horse Mustang, 55%. And that's with a large sample size. It's not like I only had a couple hundred people vote, guys. 15,000 plus people voted. And 55%, an overwhelming majority, said get the Mustang. Now, I know a lot of you guys are Mopar guys. And I second place the RT finish. I kind of thought the RT would win with that. I thought the Chrysler might get more, a little bit more than it did. The Chrysler didn't do well at all. So, you know, it was a weird thing, but it was interesting to see you guys give me your opinions on that. And an overwhelming majority want to see me get the new Dark Horse Mustang. Now, some of you guys, that might be a huge disappointment. The truth be told, I probably need to get more than one new car for the channel. So I'm thinking about a lot of different things. I've mentioned in the past, I might be working on some sort of a secret build in the near future. So we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. But, you know, I'm mindful of all of your feedback, and that was really good feedback for me to hear. So thank you guys very, very much. If you guys voted on that poll, I really do appreciate that. And yeah, it was really good to see all of you guys kind of weigh in on that. So yes, and once again, 3V Project, thank you for that super chat, buddy. Now, I got to go learn more about this offering, because I mean, I think they're putting it out there on the rumor mill about that 7.3, what all is going to come on it or whatever. But the truth is that would be pretty cool. My man Matty SRT jumping in there as well. So now that brings me to my next point, because I put out a video on this as well. Well, I put a lot of stuff on here, guys. So a lot of this stuff is, I mean, I put out a lot of content that was a little bit controversial, not controversial, but just kind of interesting in the last week and a half, guys. So another thing that I put out, where is it here? So we talked about the Black Ghost, right? That's a new special edition Challenger, and that a little bit of a controversial figure there, the Black Ghost. But 300 of those, good luck getting one of those. But it was kind of a different looking. It had kind of a different kind of gator skin top to it, and it was just different. So there's that. Now, I did put out another video about the 1998 Ram Air Trans Am. I told you guys I was going to start doing older cars, some reviews on older cars. And I found a gorgeous, gorgeous specimen of a Trans Am down there at my local dealership. There's a dealership here called Streetside Classics that have all sorts of cool cars. And boy, I got a hold of one of the most beautiful Trans Ams I have seen in the longest time. It was supercharged, had a Vortec on it, and I did a review for you guys. And it started off really slow, that video, and then I looked at it today and the thing's got like 30,000 views, and I was not expecting it to get that kind of traction. And some videos, they get a ton of traction and they level out. This one kind of started slow and it has just been going really nice. And you guys seem to watch that video, and I thought that was pretty cool. So maybe that means I should start doing a few other cars like that. And I did mention in the video that the early 2000, late 90, there were some really cool cars that came out in that time period. And one of which is the C5 Z06. So I hope to do a review on that one for you guys here very soon as well. And so they got one coming in over there at Streetside Classics, but I'm waiting on it to come in. And I can't wait to bring it to you. I think you guys are really gonna like it. It's got a supercharger on it. It's got some neat things. And I used to own, just like this Trans Am. The Trans Am was the car that introduced me to performance, guys. That's why I love it so much. A lot of you guys weighed in and said how much you love the Trans Am. Now, for your traditional Mopar guys, maybe it doesn't resonate with you. But man, when I sat in that car, it took me right back to when I was in my early 20s and just rocking that thing. And gosh, that car was in such good shape, guys. It was so nice. And the value is just as much as what I think that car is actually more than what I paid for my car 20 years ago. It's crazy, isn't it? But it was a beautiful, I mean, the car was almost basically mint, that car. And so go check out that video of 1998 Ram Air Trans Am with a supercharger on it. Dude, that was a cool car. So anyway, I did that one. And so that means if that one does well, and I do another one, and it's kind of an older type car, not like a 50s type car, but I mean, something kind of from when I was definitely younger, like that type of era. If I do another review and it does well, then I will most definitely try and continue down that path of making some of those reviews for you guys as well, because I enjoyed that video. We talked about, okay, so here's another thing I want to talk to you guys about. Oh, real quick, I want to grab the super chat. Oh, who else do we got? My man, John Herman jumping in. Now, John, I did not see, if you put a comment out there, I am so sorry that I missed it. A lot of people are coming across in the comments, but thank you for the super chat. I appreciate the generosity, and I will try and kind of keep my eye open here for the comment, because I didn't see a comment come in with your super chat, but thank you for the support. I appreciate it. So what do you guys think about this? So you guys know I have this petition out there on change.org, right? And I wanted to touch on this. So I put it out there, about a month, maybe 5 weeks ago, somewhere in there. And I've been putting little reminders in all my videos. It's like a 1-minute clip that tells people, hey, go sign this petition. Have you guys been paying attention to that at all? I know everybody was like, oh, I'm going to go sign it. And then it kind of like out of sight, out of mind, right? But in my mind, I'm waiting. I'm waiting on something, because I just checked it and it has 45,000 signatures now. And it's just been building. And that is because of you guys sharing it. You guys are committed to the cause of basically fighting against this dealer markup situation we're in. Now, there are lots of other ways. There are lots of ways to tackle this. I'm not saying dealers shouldn't make money. I kind of get it to a degree, but we should not be putting out prices on things and then not honoring the price that's been set. And I feel like that's just, there's a lot of things wrong with that. And in a lot of countries, that's illegal. I mean, like, I'm not going to go into that whole conversation. I've talked to you guys about it at length, but I have that petition out there, and it is at basically 45,000 signatures. I am so stoked about that. And when it gets to 50, that is when I feel like I have enough leverage, at least to start some conversations with some organizations and with the manufacturers. So guys, help me get this petition on change.org to 50,000 signatures. We can do it. I feel like we can do it in the next few days. I really do. But you guys have to help me. Keep sharing that petition with people. Let's get it to 50,000 signatures. Change.org actually sent me an email telling me how they thought my petition was doing amazing, how much traction it's got, and how just how everybody's getting behind that. And a lot of people, they want to see that change as well. And so help me get to 50,000. It gives me a starting point to go and start having conversations. And you know what? If it doesn't do anything, it doesn't, but at least it gives me a talking point when I'm speaking to organizations and we're talking to manufacturers, and it's like, look, 50,000 people signed this, and it wasn't over the period of years, like not even a month and a half. I mean, something's wrong when you have that many people that are all agreeing that this is a screwed up deal. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to put that out there. Help me get the petition to over 50,000. I think my man Sovereign Knight, there it is. He put it right on the screen for you guys. If you haven't seen it, in all of my videos down in the description below, there's a link to the, not all of them, most of my recent videos. They have that link in there. You have that reminder in the video. So I'm trying to get the word out. I was kind of hoping some more YouTubers might share it some more to help me continue to get traction with it. But you guys have really spoken, and I really appreciate your help. So it's been really, really good. And really quick, let me grab this super chat here. N7 Warhound, I like this. He says, hey, hope you stay dry these coming few days. Had a quick question. Could you recommend a radar detector system, or is it something that you don't dabble into, asking for a friend? So first of all, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the support on the channel. Now, I will be quite honest with you. Only one time that I ever do a radar detector. I believe it was from a company called Valentine, and it drove me absolutely up a wall. I was absolutely paranoid everywhere that I drove. The thing went off all the time. I thought the cops were following me or next to me, and I hated it. And that's just me. Some people love the radar detector. Now I have a different mindset when it comes to that. Like I'm not the kind of person who drives around at 100 miles an hour all the time. That's not to say, you guys know me. I mean, I drive powerful cars. I like to go fast sometimes, but I'm also very selective about how I do it, and certainly in a responsible way as much as possible. But I just don't get into the radar detector thing. The one that I had, I hated it. I hate always hearing the thing go off all the time and being worried about it, and it's just not worth it to me. So, I wish I could be more help to you. Maybe some of you guys, I see some of you guys kind of chiming in. If you guys have a good one, go ahead and recommend it. But thank you very much for the super chat. I do appreciate that very much. Sovereign Knight says he is RacerX. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. Valentine just released a new updated version. So there you go. A lot of people say the Valentine's really good. So maybe look into that one. I don't know anything on pricing or whatever, guys. I know a lot about mods, but the radar detector is not one that I really mess with a whole lot. So sorry I couldn't be more help to you. So at any rate, guys, the next thing, Ford putting a squeeze on dealerships. Let's talk about this for a second. I put a video out on this, and I'm really glad to see this, because this is what I was starting to talk about with this petition. But Ford, the CEO, has come out and basically said, look, the dealerships are wrong for doing what they're doing to customers. I don't like it. We're going to start taking steps in the right direction to fix it. And they did. At least that's what their plan is right now. So they're not going to do it with their internal combustion offerings yet, but they've said basically their battery powered division, they're going to come out and basically allow people to order directly from the factory. They could pick it up at a local Ford dealership, but basically it is taking out the middleman, which is the dealership, who is doing all the gouging. That is a huge step in the right direction, guys, huge. Because a lot of times it just takes one of these guys, one of these manufacturers, to just take that leap of faith, that step in the right direction, and it forces everybody else to follow. There it is. The Sovereign Knight putting that link up there. Thank you, buddy. So, but I mean, that's the truth of it. By Ford doing that, they are opening up the conversation for people to start being able to do factory orders, picking them up at the dealerships, all that kind of stuff. Ford is only giving people like another like 3 or 4 weeks to decide, do you want to be able to sell our EVs? Now, mind you, Ford has already invested $4 billion in EV technology. That is the way we're going. We know by 2030, 50% of all the offerings by these American car manufacturers have to be electrified, so to speak. So that is what it is, guys. It's the future. So if these dealerships don't conform, don't invest in what Ford wants them to invest in to be able to do this and sell the cars for what they're supposed to, then they're just not going to get them. And they're going to face hefty fines if they don't follow the rules. I love this, guys. This is a huge step in the right direction. It really is. As far as I'm concerned, the ball is starting to move. It's slow, but the ball is starting to move. Don't be surprised if we see somebody like Dodge come out. Now, we've got this new thing from Direct Connection. You've got the power brokers and all that kind of stuff. I talked about that in today's video. I'm going to mention that in a second. But guys, that's where we're at. It is like, what are we going to do, to push this agenda forward? Well, Ford took the first step, and it's the right step, and I love it. But, so will the other guys follow along? Well, maybe this petition, maybe it's just a little bitty thing. Maybe it's just a little bitty bug we plant in the back of, a CEO's ear. But you can't ignore it when enough people sign a petition that said this is screwed up. What are you guys going to do about it? And so, like I said, this is big. I put out a video on it, Ford putting the squeeze on dealers. Go watch it. My man Sarban Knight put up the link to that video. And I love that Ford is taking that step. Now, will they do it with their new stuff coming down? Like somebody just mentioned, a 7.3 Godzilla GT500 and even the Dark Horse and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. We have to wait and see, but we have to keep putting the pressure on. And that's the biggest thing. So that was huge for Ford to do that. So anyway, I got to mention it. I was really stoked to see it, and we'll see. Now I do want to mention this as well, because of that poll you guys sent out. I asked my local Ford dealership, the one where I filmed that video about the Dark Horse, but the Mach 1, if they could get me a Dark Horse at sticker, and they seem to think they could, and they will, but I haven't made up my mind there yet until I can get confirmation in writing and all that good stuff. Talk is talk, right? But I'm starting out that conversation. As I mentioned, that doesn't mean I'm just going to be Captain Ford forever, guys. I do have every intention on doing some other stuff for the channel. So I'm going to put that out there. I'm not going to say anything else about it, but we'll just, we'll see. We'll see what happens. As you I've got some pretty cool sponsors in my pocket. I could make a Dark Horse pretty neat, but I also have some other stuff that's maybe more in the near future that you guys might really like as well. So let's just see what happens. But anyway, just putting it out there. Like I said, when I do these lives, guys, it's my opportunity to kind of give things away to you that are running through this brain of mine. So at any rate, Dark Horse is going to be a beautiful car. I'm a Chevy guy, but I don't own one. I've heard a lot of people say that. A lot of Chevy guys, a lot of Mopar guys say, look, if I was going to get something, I would consider the Dark Horse. Patrick, I would consider the Dark Horse would be cool. I mean, he's another guy. So, it's amazing how many people are sort of receptive to that car who traditionally just do not like Mustangs. So I don't know, guys. We'll see. I'm always trying to grow the channel. I feel like the next big thing for me is to have multiple cars for the channel. Chances are, I'm just going to put this out there. If I got that Dark Horse, I probably would not keep 2 Mustangs in the stable, if that makes sense. It just doesn't make sense for me to do that. Maybe for somebody like Stang Mode or whatever, that makes sense for him because his channel is all about the Mustang. My channel is more of a broad spectrum. I'm a true enthusiast all the way around. So you just never know what's going to come on my channel. I love my Mopar stuff. So there's that. And then you never know with Chevy and stuff. But Chevy is kind of in my doghouse right now for multiple reasons. So we won't go into that. But anyway, that's another one. And then, okay, 2 other videos I want to talk to you about real quick. And then I'll get back to the comments. I know I just kind of sit here and blab. But, and I do see, I'm trying to kind of look as your stuff's coming in. Jeep killing off the 392 Wrangler. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be in there very long, guys. The 392, I don't expect to see that in those Wranglers forever either. So, anyway, so Dodge admitted why they took the Hornet out. Guys, it's one of those things. I told you about this about a month back when I came back from Dodge. I said, look, the Hornet is important. And I mentioned why, right? And because Tim Kuniskis, we sat there and talked about it, and he said, we got to put people in these cars so that we can continue to build fun stuff. And I told you guys that on a video. And everybody was still hating on the Hornet and all this other stuff. And I said, guys, we have to have an offering like this. And now we know why. And I gave it to you in a video. There are 2 main reasons why. And like I said, I won't go into a lot of detail on this because I did put a video out about it. It was Dodge admits the truth about the Hornet. It was my second to last video. That's the one I put out yesterday. If you haven't seen it, go watch it because I will tell you exactly how the Hornet is important to the Dodge brand. And if you really like high horse stuff, internal combustion stuff, that Hornet plays a very important role in Dodge maybe at some point in the future being able to produce another car like that. And I really hope that that's the case. It's all about building credits with the EPA. And so there's that. I won't, like I said, I won't go into a lot of detail about it, but wouldn't it be cool to see Dodge be able to come back? They sell a butt ton of Hornets, and I hope they do, because that's going to afford them some leeway to be able to bring out some cool stuff. And so that video is something, if you like, yeah, MPGE credits as Sovereign Knight, yes. And so it's all about stacking those credits up so that they can give us other stuff that we really want, the fun stuff. And that's the stuff that Tim wants, trust me. I know just from having conversations with the guy. You know, if you think he's the kind of guy that wants to just run around selling 4-cylinder hybrids all day, I can promise you he's not. Now, he's all about getting the sales and building the brand, but trust me, he's a car guy. You know, and I'm not just making this stuff up. So anyway, we won't go into it a whole lot. And then, of course, today I put one out about the horsepower locator and how to order your 2023 Dodge. And I'm not talking about just the Hellcat. I'm not talking about just the Scat. I'm talking about any Dodge. Here in the next probably 3 weeks, they're going to put their horsepower locator out there where you can actually find where all these cars are going to go. Their allocations will be right there. They're really big into transparency, Dodge. They want everybody to know, look, we're going to build this many cars. We're going to build this many SXTs, this many SXT all-wheel drive or GT all-wheel drive, whatever. We're going to build this many RTs. Here's where they're going to go. Here's how many they're allocated. Now, the big issue with this, and I mentioned this in the video, is knowing dealers are going to order, they're going to see the allocations, they're going to pre-order all those allocations so that they come in unaccounted for, and then they're going to gouge you on the price. I really hope that dealerships do not take advantage of the transparency that Dodge is trying to give us, and maybe Dodge will do something to prevent that. I really hope that the good dealerships will allow you to go in, spec out your car, order it, and you'll take one of their allocations off their hands. That's the way it's designed to work. Dealerships are going to figure out ways around this, guys. I hate it. This is why I don't like this model. But let's hope that there are enough good dealerships out there where if you guys at home are watching and you want a 2023 Hellcat, a Jailbreak, a Super Stock, a wide body Scat Pack, whatever it is, that you can find it on the horsepower locator, call ahead of time, work out something on it, get on their list, go spec it out, do whatever you need to do to get that deposit down, and get your 2023. That's what we want to see. That's what I want to see, and that's the spirit of what Dodge was trying to do. So that's my video for today. So anyway, guys, that's a lot of content I put out there for you in the last 2 weeks. Let me see, I did get one other super chat here. Let me get my hand out of you guys' face here. Whoops, come on now. I can't get it. Oh, there it is. Joe W, my man Joe W. He says, "Hey RacerX, me and the Hemi-Ham." So he's been texting me on Instagram as well. Are sending thoughts and prayers to you and the rest of everyone in the path of Ian. Well, thank you very much, buddy. I really appreciate it. Appreciate all your support. So glad you got to come out and hang out with me before I left Dallas at that meet. And I hope you're enjoying your car and having a good time with it, buddy. So thank you once again. Appreciate it. So let me see. I did not get myself any water before I started this, guys. So we are almost an hour in. Boy, time flies when you are having fun. So here's something that I'm going to get back to comments here in 1 second. Once again, Sovereign Knight putting the petition thing up there. There's the link to it. We still have 200 people. Guys, we're almost at almost at 300 likes. Help me get there. Hit the thumbs up for me when you jump into the live. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, so that's what's going on there. So I'm going to get back to comments in 1 second here. Everybody's saying stay safe. I'm going to do my very best. So I want to tell you about some other quick things really quick, guys, that I've not touched on. So wow, we are almost at 300 likes, guys. I really appreciate you guys. So first of all, I want to put out a video. If I can do it tomorrow before the power goes out, I'm not going to be able to really leave the house, I don't think, tomorrow, just because you guys know the hurricane's coming. I'm right in the path of it. I'm going to call my contacts at Direct Connection. A lot of you guys are asking me questions about Direct Connection. How's it going to work ordering a car from Direct Connection? What is that going to look like? And all that good stuff. And so I want to get some answers for you guys directly from the people at Direct Connection and talk to you guys about exactly how this process is going to work. Like, are they working on the red eye stage kits? When are those going to be out? I want to give you guys a lot of updates directly from the horse's mouth at Direct Connection. I don't want to give you guys a bunch of false things or whatever. I'm just going to call my connections there and see what they can tell me. Now, hopefully they answer or whatever. That's a goal of mine, is to get to with direct connection and ask them a lot of the questions you guys are asking me about. How do you order a car through direct connection? What does that look like? What's the lead time going to be? I mean, there's a lot of things that I would like to get answers to, and then I will share that stuff with you guys. So that I want to make a video out of that. I'm going to try and do that tomorrow if I get some time. I will do my best. Also, as I mentioned, the ProCharge C5 Corvette. Yes, we are over 300 likes, guys. Thank you very much. But that's another car that I really, really want to do a review for you guys. Hopefully, would you guys like that if I did, just like on the Trans Am video that I just put out, if I did one on the ProCharged C5 Z06? I think that would be a cool video. I would really enjoy it. And once again, that's a car just like the one I used to own. One I owned was a 2002, well, I say one, I owned 4 Z06s. So a lot of you guys don't realize just how many Corvettes I own. But anyway, the ProCharged C5, like a 2002 Z06, would be a lot of fun to drive again. And boy, those cars are cool. I still think they're great. And then also, I'm trying to find a couple other cars. Guys, there's I cannot find any cars that I want to do. I want to do the Escalade V for you guys. I can't find one. Nobody's got it here. It's weird. And Tampa just does not quite have the inventory that Dallas had. The manual CT5V Blackwing, I did the automatic, but I didn't drive the manual. I would love to do the manual, because I feel like that's probably the best manual on sale right now. I just do. I think that car would be fantastic in a manual. I want to drive one. I want to give you my thoughts and a review, but I just can't find one. And there's a whole other list kind of tumbling around up here of videos that I want to give you guys. So this is the last live that I'm going to be able to give you for this month. Obviously, we're going to go into October here soon. So there's that. But I've got a lot of things that I want to get done for you guys. I know I've been doing a lot more news stuff. Now, I will put this out there as well. I'm trying to find a shop to install something on my car. I just got my car back. I've not talked to you guys about this a lot, but I've been having electrical issues with my Mustang. I figured out what it was. It was something, actually, it was an aftermarket part I put on the car that kind of had a little bit of a failure in it, which is kind of driving me crazy. And by the time I diagnosed it, the battery had gotten shot. It was kind of one thing after another. So I've been without my car now for a while. I have it back. The car is happy. Now we're getting into where it's not raining every damn day, right? So they have rainy season in Florida. I wanted to go to Bradenton Motorsports Park to do some drag racing. A lot of you guys tune into my channel because, as you know, I'm a drag racer. That's how I started my channel, obviously with the Hellcat and the Scat Pack and all the drag racing I used to do. But you haven't seen anything like that from me in a while, but now you know why. It's rainy season in Florida, and I haven't had my car. And so when it rains every day and you don't have your car, you can't do drag racing stuff. Yes, excessive, says Sovereign Knight. That was the Hellcat. So, but that's all going to change. So if I can get somebody to put the stall converter in and get out to Bradenton Motorsports Park, hopefully the hurricane does not trash the drag strip, guys. It looks like there's a very high likelihood that this hurricane could come in right on top of that drag strip down there in Bradenton. It's very likely. And they just redid it. I mean, just redid it. They just finished it. And so if that goes through and trashes that track, guys, that is going to be, that's going to suck. It just is going to suck for everybody. So anyway, we'll see. Fingers crossed, guys. I hope that it doesn't. I'd be sick to my stomach if I was the owner of that track right now, knowing you just spent millions on refurbishing it. And now you've got Hurricane Megatron Death 5000 beating down on you. I hope it doesn't, but we're going to see, guys. We'll wait and see. So anyway, guys, I've got a lot of stuff tumbling through the back of my head right now on that, but I want to bring you more drag racing content. So stay tuned for that. And we'll go from there. So now let's get back to your comments. I still have a few minutes on here. We still got almost 200 people on the live. We're over 300 likes. Everything has been really good tonight, guys. I don't even hear it raining outside right now. So right now it's sort of the calm before the storm in every sense of the word. It's very literal, but it is. It's kind of the calm before the storm. So I'm kind of enjoying the quietness now, but come tomorrow afternoon, it's going to be a very different deal here in Tampa. And a lot of people, I hate the thought of it. But a lot of people are going to be homeless, certainly probably hundreds of thousands of people without power for whatever time that may be. Huge shout out to the folks, at FEMA and all that. They're taking this storm very seriously, and they are like Florida. They're kind of on it right now. I mean, they said that they've got something like thousands of power trucks like standing by, ready to come in immediately. Like they're doing all sorts of like pre-planning for this, and they're being very diligent. I'm impressed with the way Florida has prepared for this versus what I've seen elsewhere. I won't go into any detail on that, but they seem to be on top of it here, and I'm pretty impressed with it. So always says, New Palm Coast, I have not prepared at all. Oh no. Well, just find a safe place, guys. And they did get a lot of people out of Bradenton, a lot of people out of Clearwater, St. Pete, all that. I hope they did, because it's going to be nasty down there. It's going to be like a bomb going off. I feel wherever that thing comes ashore, I just feel so sorry for those families that are going to lose a lot. And these storms are tough. So anyway, let's jump back into this. Let's see here. Paul saying, good luck finding someone putting in your stall converter. Yeah, it's going to be a challenge, right? I mean, it's like we know that all these shops are really backed up, and that's part of the problem. Texas snow week, says Mitchell. Let me jump back up here. Look at my man Chad. They're saying 25 inches of rain. I don't know if I'm going to get 25 inches here. I have heard anywhere from 12 to 20 where I am, but they keep changing the forecast, guys. This thing has it could potentially take just a slight little jot north and go right through the bay, guys. And if that happens, it will be the worst scenario you can imagine for Tampa. Tampa will be, it will be years and years and years before Tampa would recover from a situation like that. All the levees will flood. Half of Tampa will literally be underwater. And I really hope that it stays south of Tampa. That would be really, really bad, guys. So anyway, we'll just, we'll say our prayers. Great track in Bradenton. It is a really good track. I've heard all about it. I've not even been there yet, guys, and I just hope it doesn't get trashed by this thing. Let's look. Michael Smith says, I have a suspicion that 392 Wrangler is going to get the 510 horsepower inline six as a replacement. I hope it does, because if the 392 is not going to stay in it. I mean, that's the truth of it. But hopefully they put something really cool and powerful in it that can be tuned. That's the one thing I've always loved about the inline six turbos is you tune in a downpipe. They're wicked. So, the Escalade V's 230 plus, that doesn't surprise me. They're not a 230,000. I mean, that's like double what they should be, but they're just so rare. That's why I can't get a hold of one to review it for you guys. So I'm still working on it, guys. I guess whenever I do find one, I'll put it out, but I'm not expecting to find one anytime soon. So I guess we'll just keep working on it. What was the steering wheel, says Patrick? It is the one from Dyna Performance that I put in. I just got to get a hold of them and ask them if they've ever had an issue with the steering wheel causing a draw on the battery. It was kind of weird how it all worked. But I went out and I had to jump start my car for the better part of a month, just trying to figure out where that draw was coming from. And it was an ordeal, guys. We got it sorted. The car's happy now. But the LEDs on my steering wheel, I had to just unplug it. It would look amazing. You guys have seen it in some of my videos, but I had to just unplug it, and now the car's fine. I had to put a new battery in it, which was 200 something bucks by the time it was all said and done. But anyway, car's happy now. That's the big thing, and it's driving great, and so we're there. Look at B-Man Classics. Never say never, huh? Let's see, who else we got here? I don't think I've missed any super chats, guys. Let me jump down a little. I like the screen image. It says tree. RacerX, would you consider getting a Porsche? You know what? That's a really good question. Nobody's asked me that before. Really the only Porsche that I really like, I mean, I love the GT4 because it's a true driver's car. In terms of me paying that kind of money for a car, there are other things I would get for that money. I hate to say it. Never been a big Porsche guy. It's not that I don't respect them. I do. I think there's a big following for Porsche cars. I think they do have some great models. I think a 911 Turbo S would be another one that would certainly be a very enjoyable car to own and drive. They're underrated from the factory. There's a lot of great things about Porsche with the exception of price. I just feel like you don't get, just putting that Porsche badge on the front of it, it just kills it. It's just so expensive to buy one of those things for what you get. Now, like I said, there's a huge following for Porsche. It's not my traditional core audience. I don't think it would do much good for my channel. That's not to say I couldn't try it, but you know, I just don't. I respect Porsches for what they are. They're fun cars to drive. I just think they're almost prohibitively expensive for what you get. That's my kind of my take on Porsche. My man Aaron, what did you say, Aaron? He says, hopefully the storm passes quickly so the Bucks can stomp the Chiefs. We'll see about that. So the Bucks took off this morning and went to Miami. So they're not even trying to ride out the storm. They said, screw this. And they went to Miami, and that's where they're hanging out right now. So, you know, they had the good sense to leave. So now, I mean, you know, that stadium, Raymond James Stadium down there, that thing could be underwater if this thing comes through Tampa Bay. They're right there near the 275 bridge. Guys, if it comes into Tampa, 275, the entire massive 275 bridge, half of that's going to be underwater. It's going to be bad. So let's hope that it doesn't do that. Let's see here. Let's go down a little bit and see who else I missed here. You guys have had good comments tonight. I really appreciate it. We are almost at time, but I do want to get a couple more comments in. Let's see here. What is Patrick saying? He says, if you get the chance, could you do a review on the Dodge Stealth? You know what? I like that. I like that idea. I liked the Dodge Stealth, and I liked the Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4. They're really hard to find in good condition, but I like those cars. And I'm glad you mentioned them because they're both really good. And so I would love to do a review on those two. Like I said, the VR4, that's the one I'd want to do. I found a perfect example of it back in Dallas, but I couldn't drive it. I wanted to do a review, but it was a really low mileage car, and the owner of the dealership had it, and they wouldn't let me drive it. And I was like, well, crap. But I will keep my eye open for that if I find a really good one. Another one I still want to do is the Viper truck. I still want to do a review on an RT10 Viper truck. So that's another one that's been on my mind. So I've got all these things tumbling around in my head, and sometimes you just stumble upon a car and you're like, oh, that's the one I need, and it just sort of happens that way. But cars just seem to be kind of hard to find for me right now, guys. That's why you see me doing so many news videos, which is great because I'm keeping you guys in the loop on stuff. But at the same time, you know, I have other things, the reviews, the drag racing, and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of times you guys want to see me do like the street rolls and all that. But, you know, when it rains here every day, it makes it really, really tough. But, here's the other thing. Now that my cars come back, I'm hoping I can still get in that collab with RT Life. I think his car's starting to come together. A lot of you guys wanted to see a race between his twin turbo RT Charger and my twin turbo Mustang. Who do you guys think would win that one? If you guys follow RT Life's channel, he's been having some issues with his transmission. He's trying to get it sorted. I haven't talked to him in a little while, but he's there in Orlando. He's only an hour away from me. I do go to Orlando quite a bit. And, you know, I would say that could be a really fun collab. Who would you guys pick in that race between RT Life's, I think he's got an aftermarket engine in it, or my little twin turbo Mustang? I want to kind of see what you guys think about this. Let me look. Would you consider doing a review on the 300 Elephant owned by? Yes, if Kyle SRT was close, I would definitely do a review on his Elephant his Elephant 300. That would be fun. Let's see here. Chuck saying M5 Siesta, nasty BMW. It most definitely is switchable all-wheel drive to rear-wheel drive twin turbo V8. Fully agree. Not a cheap car, but a fun car. Let's see, Daniel, the calm before the storm. Yes, let me jump up. Everybody says he needs an HP90. I agree. That's what I told him when we talked, and he agrees. He knows he makes enough power. He needs the HP90. Let's see here. Sinister Coyote, 100% the Mustang. Rave says the Mustang. Patrick says the Mustang with the driver mod. Let's see here. Yeah, they're going to European model, says JH. Chad thinks the Mustang. Beeman says RT Life all day. So there you go. Let's see here. Sovereign Knight, beyond the details he did. However, relocated to Florida recently. He has folks there. Yes, always answering another question. Let's see. Daniel saying hello, X. Checking in from New York saying Charger Mike 392. Be safe. Absolutely. I appreciate it, buddy. Let's see here. Who else do we got here? RT Life. Sorry, X. I own a Charger. Says Frank Paul. Let's see here. Rain saying Call SRT does some crazy builds. He makes cars for Chrysler. they're always scared to do. Yeah, no, I've seen he does some really cool builds. He's got the ability to do it. So not everybody has the ability to stuff a elephant into a Chrysler. So it's cool that he was able to do that. Not very many people have been able to do it. Aaron's saying definitely a good collab. Let's see here. Aaron says tough call on the race though. Sovereign thinks my Mustang's got it. Herman's saying hi X, stay safe. Let's see here. Beyond the details. Oh wow, just moved to Houston from Palm Beach. Well, you picked a good time to do that. Sinister Coyote. Oh yeah, we got him. Let's see here. Beeman thinks RT Live. I'm looking down the RT Twin Turbo all day. Sorry, says Jeffrey. Let's see here. Well, I would love to get that collab in and make that happen for you guys. And I think maybe the Mustang might surprise a few people. So you never know. So let's see here. But hey, not taking anything away from RT Life. I think his car is going to be plenty fast. So I don't know. Hopefully we get that collab in for you guys. Regardless, I'm sure it'll be a really good time. And a lot of you guys follow RT Life's channel. So what would you think about seeing us both in the same video? That could be a lot of fun. So anyway, what else do we got here? Late to the party, says Moises. YouTube subscribers meet up anytime. Let's see here. Yep, well, he's got a good tuner. I agree. Of course, you know, my car is tuned by Palm Beach Dyno. A lot of people know that, who pretty much Palm Beach and Lund are the best two tuners for twin turbo Mustangs in the world. So I wouldn't say that's necessarily an advantage. But you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I know his car is pretty cool. So I'd love to go see it in person. Let's see here. I'll let him know for you, RacerX, Sinister Coyote. You know, I can message RT Life. We've been messaging back and forth a little bit. It's been a while since I've talked to him. I was kind of letting him, you know, my car's been out and his car, of course, he's been down a little bit. So hopefully both of our cars can come together. The weather will come together after this stupid storm goes away, and maybe we can get that collab in for you guys. So let's see here. Aaron says from a 60-year-old, the Mustang would win. We'll probably find out as well. So Sovereign follows RT Live. Smash the like. We had 331 likes tonight, guys. We did really good. So we still have 181 people on. Let's see here. What did Chuck say? I want to get this comment. He says RT Live, B Mason, RacerX, Modern, Red Hemi, all going would be cool. Yes, absolutely, guys. So quick reminder, I will be at SEMA once again at the beginning of November. So if you guys want to go to SEMA, definitely come pay me a visit. I'll be at the MagnaFlow booth. I'll be at a signing on Thursday, the 3rd at 3 p.m. So I will definitely be there then, but I'll also be walking around SEMA really for the rest of the show, saying hi to people, meeting people, all that good stuff. Somebody did mention that Dodge may have pulled out. I will check on that and give you guys, maybe it's a topic for a video. I don't know, but I need to check that because I just need to make sure. And then yeah, I hope all of you guys can definitely join me there. Now, real quick, I'm just gonna run through this really fast, and then I have something I want to end this with, and it's important. So obviously, we talked about my most recent videos. I will run through them really quick. The Mach 1 Mustang manual with the handling package, go check it out. The Dodge owners having to go over to Ford because there's no other V8 alternatives starting in 2024. Ford putting the squeeze on dealerships with their new electric cars. I love that. Also, the new Black Ghost Special Edition Hellcat. We see that. The 1998 Ram Air Trans Am review. That was so much fun, guys. Go check out that video. Dodge admits the truth about the Hornet and why it's so important. Another very good video for you guys out there. Make sure you've seen it. And also the horsepower locator for 2023. If you want a 2023 model year Dodge, you have to know about the horsepower locator and how to be proactive. So go check out those videos. Reminder about the bots on my channel, guys. If it says something about Telegram or sends you to a third-party website, please ignore it. I will get it squared away. My moderators will catch it, and YouTube might catch it. So just we'll get that squared away. Now, we talked about a video maybe for tomorrow. I'm going to call Direct Connection and see if I can get you guys more answers. There's also a bunch of other videos I have tumbling around in my mind. I won't rehash those. So guys, once again, tonight is the reason I'm coming to you guys live tonight is because of Hurricane Ian coming down through basically central Florida. The eye wall, we don't know exactly where it's going to go yet. If it skirts north, it's going to be a direct hit where I am here, just north of Tampa. If it stays south, it's going to hit down there like near St. Pete and all that kind of stuff. Actually, south of St. Pete, like Sarasota, Bradenton. It's going to be bad, guys. So, whatever you can do to support these families in need as they're trying to get out of town, please do that. I just want to remind you, it's going to get nasty here where I am. I'm probably going to lose power tomorrow night, guys. So this is maybe the last time you hear from me for several days. I will be okay, taking enough precautions here. I have family close. I don't think it's going to be life-threatening or anything here where I am. I'm 35 miles inland, guys, so I should be relatively safe, but definitely pray for the families on the coast and all that kind of stuff, and, we'll get through it. But this is just a reminder, every day's a gift, and we just have to make sure we look out for each other, be courteous to our neighbors, and just, care about everybody. We're all a big community. You guys are all part of the X family, so thank you all for so much support, and I really do appreciate it. Hold your families tight, you guys, and like I said, say a prayer for all of, for Florida for this hurricane. It's going to be pretty nasty, and I'm crossing my fingers I won't get whacked too bad here where I am, and we'll see what happens, guys. But once again, thank you all for your support. I really appreciate it. I got to sign off for tonight. I will do my best to be safe. Thank you for your well wishes, and I'll catch you on the next one. So until then, RacerX.